So this is the first week that none of our teams have played, huh?
Nope.
Nope. So I guess
it was a good run.
It was a good run. It was. So like, well, so what do we do now? Do we just pick new teams? I mean, it looks like Noah already has.
I did.
Okay, but like,
why did you pick teams that aren't in the playoffs though?
And you picked 2 of them.
It's for next
You
year.
picked 2 of them. You can't see it, but like,
What
here,
do you mean?
give me a
This is
quick
just a
flash,
blue
Noah. Give me a
hoodie.
quick. Let me see
No,
that. Let me
what do
see
you-
that
I'm
under
not gonna
hoodie. Let me see
flash
what
it.
you got.
Give me a 12. Give us a 12.
Show it off. Show
Give
off
us a
good.
12, Noah. Give us a 12.
All right, viewers. Okay, so here's the getup, right? Let's just say that I have a very lovely girlfriend that is very, very much gotten football.exe installed in their brain, right? So first things first is that I have a Myles Garrett jersey, right? Because I was like, if you're gonna buy me a we're the Cleveland Browns jersey, you might as well either buy me Joe Flacco.
Boo! Where's the Shedeur Sanders jersey? Boo!
Or Myles Garrett, because sure.
No,
right?
that's a good choice. That's a good choice.
And then you know what? I'm like I'm also a Lions fan.
Ew! Put the Myles Garrett jersey back on. Put the Browns back on. Ew!
Because she's from Detroit, so I have to cheer for the Lions now.
Ew!
Sorry.
I'm from Oregon. I still cheer for the Packers. You don't see me changing up allegiances.
Anyway,
No, one of these days.
Go Lions.
No,
Don't
one of these days
say
we just
that! It's a trigger word for me.
we have to show up in Bears jerseys one of these days just to
We
see his reaction.
should. That would be funny as hell. Let's go get Caleb Williams jerseys. It'll be great. You know, it'll be fun.
Anyway, so since we're picking new teams, I would like to honor my great head coach Robert Saleh, and I've got my Titans jersey on right here that I will be wearing for today's podcast. So shout out my boy Robert, who is now going to coach my favorite team of all time, the Tennessee Titans.
Let's go. Can't wait for that track record to be exactly the same like he was on the Jets. So we'll see what happens.
Look, I get there's only 32 head coaching slots in the NFL, and if the job's available, you need to take it. But he really is coaching 2 of the worst teams.
It's unfortunate too, right?
Jets, and then he had to deal with Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson as his 2 quarterbacks.
No, real. And like apparently
And now the Titans.
His first interview with the Titans went so well that they and he liked them too. Like how?
Well, to be fair, there's some talent there.
Cool.
Cam Ward has shown some sparks when he's not throwing the ball across his body all the way to the other side of the field for a touchdown somehow.
Yeah, he's
That
running
is
to
fair.
the right.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm. So this is my new team. Who do you got, Tom? Who's your new team?
Oh, my new team. You know what? Let's go crazy. Let's pick the Chicago Bears. That seems like a good idea.
Let's go. NFC North Slop. Let's go.
Anyway, before we get into any games today, let's talk about some shout-outs. What do you think? As far as shout-outs go, at least, instead of like funnies, all we have is everybody got fired and everybody got hired, you know?
No, literally, yeah.
The biggest shout-out, I think, is now Mike Vrabel is the longest tenured coach in the AFC East.
I've heard.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. By what, like just over
a few days,
year?
a week or so. Well, no, he and Glenn got hired at the same time.
Well, yeah,
so.
because it's that he was hired 372 days ago from the time of this post, and so he just by a little margin he's now the longest tenured. Mm-hmm. So kind of crazy that a coach that's literally been there just a year is now the longest tenured coach. Like, what happened to the NFL I love? Instead of people sticking around with one team for 90 years, they're flip-flopping and swip-swapping like the NBA.
You have 3 years. You have 3 years to prove you're worth it. If not, get out.
And sometimes it's not even 3 years. Like how? Like is it? Who is it that's had like 3 different head coaches in 3 different years?
Raiders, Patriots.
Yeah, Raiders, Patriots. Yeah.
I think maybe the Titans have as well. I think the Bears too. And if not the Bears, then at least they've had different like offensive coordinators. And like Jalen Hurts specifically has had a different offensive coordinator every single year since he's been in Alabama. So like for the past 8 years, he's had a different offensive coordinator. So
it's like Baker Mayfield with the Bucks. Every year he's been with the Bucks has been a different OC.
Like nobody is holding down a job apparently. It seems like, and the thing
to be
is,
fair,
when somebody
two of
gets
his OCs
fired,
became head coaches.
they don't get fired. They just go somewhere else to go suck, right? Like Joe Barry being like the worst defensive coordinator the Packers have ever seen, still got a job somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Like, what is he doing now? I think he's like the linebacker coach for the Dallas Cowboys or something like that.
Let's just
Something like that.
to Google.
Joe Barry job. It just says
Linebackers coach and run game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, is that what he's doing now? It's over on the Miami
And now he gets
Dolphins?
to work with Jeff Hafley.
Okay, have you noticed that like every single like Green Bay Packer is going to Miami for some reason? They all got tired of the Colts and now they're all in Miami. So Joe Barry is now in Miami. Jeff Hafley just accepted the coaching job in Miami. And then the GM I heard is also from Green Bay too, going to Miami.
Yep.
So the Green Bay Dolphins.
What did someone say?
The Miami
said,
Packers.
Like the Miami Packer Green Bay Dolphins or something like that. It's just crazy, you know.
Oh, I hate that. But it just goes to show you how much they're all swapping around. And I'm gonna miss Jeff Hafley. I don't know who we're gonna get for a defensive coordinator. I've heard that there's talks that like the linebacker coach, not Matt Eberflus. No, we're not getting Matt Nagy. No former Bears here.
I don't want Matt Eberflus anywhere in the league. If he ends up on the Ravens, I'm done. I'm switching to this team, baby.
That's
done.
because you want him to go to the Steelers. That's what it is. You're wishing him to go to the Steelers.
No, actually, I will accept that. I will accept that if for some reason Mike McCarthy, who's apparently the #1 runner-up for the Steelers head coach position, hires Matt Eberflus as his defensive coordinator. Okay, your choice.
I think the Packers right now are interviewing the guy from Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia defense has always been pretty good. So getting somebody from there, I think, isn't too far off. Yeah. So. I don't know the exact guy's name, but at least it'll be somebody that's can use Micah Parsons.
The Eagles DC.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. It's somebody who can use Micah Parsons well enough because he's done a lot more with a lot less. Another big firing that came through was the Bills head coach. I don't think anyone really saw this one coming.
No, and we were even saying the other day that we were not expecting any head coaches whose teams were in the playoffs were going to get fired, and then suddenly Sean McDermott's no longer the head coach of the Bills. Like,
I know, that's
incredible.
crazy. And is it just because too many playoff like flounders, or is it he's just not utilizing Josh Allen enough, or is it really because they're still holding that grudge about comparing his team to the attack from Al Qaeda on September of a date that we all know?
I got a lot of thoughts about it. It feels the same. The firing feels in the same vein as what Tomlin and Harbaugh. It's like, thank you, Mr. Head Coach, for your years of service, but it's time for you to go.
It's time to get a shift. Like. Yeah. You've done good enough, but we're not looking for good enough. Because here's the thing with the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bills, it's weird that they all almost have the same identity, where they're like, we're going to make it to the playoffs, and then we're going to disappoint. We never make it to the Super Bowl, but we rarely ever miss the playoffs. And so it's like, if we keep who we have, we know what we're going to get, but the goal for every single team should be Super Bowl. That's why you're in this league. And it's like, well, do we still want this consistency of knowing that we're going to be let down at a certain point? Or do we want to move forward because even if we get somebody new who's going to suck for a year, maybe they have a higher ceiling to eventually down the road get us where we need to go. Or at least an in-between time until we get to someone who's going to take us all the way.
One of the worst things you can be in the NFL as a team is average.
Yeah, right?
Literally.
When you're average, you're never going to go far in the playoffs or even make it to begin with, but you're also not going to suck enough to get a good draft pick.
Yeah, if you're picking between picks 14 and 24 every year, that's really bad.
Yeah, no.
That's my Green Bay Packers, baby!
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're not picking there.
No, they're picking usually mid to late 20s, and I bless them for that. But
not the next 2 years, that's for sure.
No, they're not. No, they are not. Maybe unless they get something from the Jets. You know what? We'll give Malik Willis to the Jets for 3 first-rounders. Thoughts? Everyone would look
I don't know
at me like
about that
I'm
one,
crazy.
Chief.
He's worth probably at least a second
What's his
rounder.
Madden rating? What's his Madden rating?
Madden rating is a terrible way to measure somebody. I'm just saying. It's terrible.
Not to the Jets.
Listen.
Not to the Jets and Woody Johnson.
Okay, Madden had what's his name? CJ Stroud at only I think it was only like a 76 or in the mid 80s or something like that. When clearly he should be way worse because of how many turnovers he had last week.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
But Woody Johnson doesn't care.
But anyway, what else do we have? We have another one because we had, what was it? The Rams heading into Chicago. Very, very cold game there. It was like in the teens.
Oh, yeah.
And they were doing everything they could to stay warm, including putting
Portable
cayenne peppers in their socks.
No. Yeah, they had portable heaters. They had hot
chicken
cocoa
broth,
chicken broth.
chocolate.
Ooh. I love how you went hot cocoa and hot chocolate like those are two different things.
And cayenne pepper.
And cayenne peppers in the hot chocolate.
Like, how does that work? Like,
I don't know.
How does a physical
doesn't.
season work
It's
in your socks?
superstition, I guess.
Thinking?
And the football players, no, they don't. It's superstition.
The worst part is like he's showing his sock, and it's like you can see all the sweat and how it like soaked into the cayenne pepper and it soaked into the sock. Like it's so gross.
It's amazing.
What was Sean McVay
Hey, you know what?
thinking?
They won the game. That's what matters.
It wasn't Sean McVay, but it's still amazing.
All right. Any other shout outs, any other firings or anything you guys want to get to before we start talking about the game?
It was my Panthers contribution.
Oh, I love talking about the Panthers, even though they've been eliminated for a week.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, so have the Packers, and I'm still going to talk about them several times today. Panthers
Are we gonna
fans
talk
in
about
2023
how
knowing they could have drafted Stroud. Panthers fans in 2026, like, whoo.
Yeah, good thing we did not.
I'm not saying the Bryce Young may be necessarily better, but he's not throwing 4 interceptions.
Not anymore. He's not. Not anymore.
He never did it in one half, but
Nah.
but not in a half. So.
What were you gonna say, Noah?
Can we talk briefly about how it's a Sean and a Mike for the head coaches for each of the divisional teams?
Is it?
It's Sean
McDonald
Payton and it's Mike McDonald and Sean McVay for the NFC. And then Sean Payton and then I can't pronounce his last name, but
Mike Vrabel. Yeah.
Mike Vrabel.
Sean versus Mike and Sean versus Mike.
Yes.
See, I always forget the name of Seattle's coach. Like that's kind of been the whole like litmus test this year for Seattle fans. They're like, "Oh, you really are a Seattle fan? What's the name of the coach?" And everyone goes, well, Sam Darnold did a pretty good job throwing it to JSN, and he was on my fantasy, so I'm a Seahawks fan."
Yep, that's exactly.
That's actually one of the reasons I didn't
wear
the Seahawks jersey today. He's on my fantasy. Let's go. Fantasy next year is gonna be lit. All right, but hey, let's talk about some games. Let's go in order. What was the first game? Was that
I think the first game was Bills Broncos.
Bills Broncos was the first.
The one where everybody lost.
Yep, everyone lost.
Not that it wasn't entertaining though, but like
it was so entertaining. It was very entertaining.
It was a great game to watch. Like just from an outsider perspective, like
Buffalo Bills strike first, Denver Broncos strike back. Buffalo Bills come up towards the end to tie it. And then they go into overtime. There's a phenomenal deep throw that it looks like that it's caught, but he rolls over and it gets intercepted, which is such an ironic. I wish I had the clips for all these because I could like show it back to back. Like that is the big talking point of this game was like, how is this an interception? But then the one during the Rams game wasn't an interception. And then there was one actually from the Packers-Bears game. I don't even know if it was like last week or one of the previous Packers-Bears games where the same thing happened where Corrington Valentine landed on a guy and got the ball away from him and rolled out. And all three of those had different outcomes, even though they look like the same play. So the Bills-Broncos one was an interception. The Rams-Bears one was a catch. And then the Packers-Bears one was marked incomplete, even though the ball never hit the ground, so I'm still confused about that. I told you I was going to bring the Packers into this. But here's the thing. Minus the Packers-Bears one, which I still believe that he intercepted it because the ball didn't touch the ground and he did come out with it. The other two calls were correct. And Joe Burrow actually made a tweet, and he's like, if you actually know ball, then you know that both of those were correct calls, because people are trying to compare one to the other, being like, these are the exact same play, but they had different outcomes. The officiating sucks. And it's like, well, if you're going to complain about the officiating sucking, this isn't the time to do it, because yes, in one of them, the Buffalo receiver didn't have full control over it. So as the Denver Broncos guy was rolling over, was able to take it out of his hands and get the secured catch, and he got the interception. Whereas in the Rams game, Devontae Adams had control of the ball, was down, and after he started going down, then the ball was ripped out. Like it is two different scenarios. But for some reason, people are blind to that. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I know that is such a big talking point. I'm going to see if I can find the Joe Burrow tweet while you guys talk about it.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Just how back and forth that game was, especially like it was back and forth in the sense of like one team scored more points in one quarter than the other team scored more points in another quarter, and and then Bo Nix getting injured at the end. Oh no!
That was devastating. It's like the Bills lost, which sucked. After the game. And then like Bo Nix comes out to be hurt. Like he broke his ankle on a play that nobody saw him break his ankle on, and he still trotted out there and took a knee to win the game.
It was the design quarterback run that lost 2 yards. That's on the final drive. That's the play that he broke his ankle on.
And that was like his second to last play because he ran a play after that too.
Yeah. He threw the next play was the second DPI of the drive. So
listen, if he can throw and get it called DPI, then put him back out there next Sunday, because that's all he needs to do. You just put him in a boot, get him out there, hike it, and just yuck it, right? Just get DPI plays all the way down the field.
Give him the smelling salts, he'll be fine. Yeah.
That is the one thing I was kind of disappointed with the way the game ended, though, is just that it was like, 2 DPI calls that got him down the field.
Oh, yeah.
They just let him play all game. They had only been 5 accepted penalties till that point. And then on the final drive, the Bills get called for 3 penalties, 2 DPI, and then unsportsmanlike, when one player just got really angry with the ref and was yelling, and he took off his helmet and threw it onto the field, which is like, oh, you took off your helmet on the field.
Which, that one is aptly called, right? Like,
and to be fair, that one cost them like 6 yards because the Broncos.
It was already half the distance to the goal or something.
Yeah, they were at the 12-yard line or something.
But what I want to say about the PI penalties is the fact that the second one was like a correct call. I hate to like. It sucks, but like you got to play that better. But the first one I think was absolutely ticky-tacky and didn't need to be called. And it's just kind of what snowballed it into being, oh, now another call. Oh, now another call. And it just kept getting annoying from there. It's like, if you let them play it out all the way through and only call it if it's egregious. If you're going to call ticky-tacky stuff, should have done it from the beginning and let them know that's what it is. Because a ref's job isn't necessarily to enforce the rules, because a lot of it is judgment calls. Their job is to set a baseline for what is acceptable and what isn't, right? So that's why with different reffing squads, you know which ones are more likely to call holds, which ones are more likely going to call DPIs, which ones are stricter and which ones are a little bit more loose, and which ones get every call wrong, aka Brad Allen.
And speaking of Brad Allen, he was on the sideline of that game.
Was he?
On the Broncos sideline. Yeah, he was. I noticed him. I was like, don't do this. don't get sick and put him out there as a substitution. Like, don't do it.
He was just watching. He's all like, "Oh, I would throw my flag at that. Ooh, I keep going for the flag, but I'm not working right now. But that should have been a hold.
This is my arm workout for the week.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say about the Bills game, and I'll let you guys elaborate on other things if there's anything else you want to talk about. But the last thing I want to say is just like, I know that it's technically Josh Allen's fault that he lost. I mean, you can't expect to get you can't expect to get very far when you throw two interceptions and 2 fumbles. Yeah, it's kind of your fault that you're there, but I still feel bad for him because like he literally broke down at the end of the game and he was crying in the post-game conference.
It was,
and the thing is, he took accountability. He's like, I think the thing that hurts the most is that I let my team down. I did that. He knows that it was his fault. He still played phenomenally with 3 touchdowns, almost 300 yards. But when you're in that position, it's not necessarily about doing that little bit extra to get you over the goal line. It's making sure that you're playing with less mistakes, right? He did enough to win, but then he also did enough to lose, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's talking about too much. The fumble on the drive right before halftime, that was doing too much.
That was what costed them.
That led to 3 points for Broncos that basically won them the game.
Yep.
And as we were watching it, I said, if the Broncos win by 3 points, we can point to this exact moment where he fumbled the ball 2 seconds before halftime that allowed
and the Broncos came out and kicked the field goal right as the half expired, which you know, that's what led to it being tied. Otherwise the Bills probably, you know, score at the end of the game and win. But that's football for you. It's always one play here or one play there that just costs or makes the whole game. So
crazy.
And we're talking about one play that costs the whole game and determines the future for a team. Bo Nix breaking his ankle, then putting down Jarrett Stidham in the AFC Championship game now.
I mean, listen, Nick Folk
did it. How many times has that happened?
I would say, they're going on the Nick Foles era now, the arc.
Actually, I mean, I'm not going to say it's only happened once because there was a time in 2010 where the Bears made it to the NFC Championship game. At the beginning of the game, their quarterback got hurt, so they had to put in Caleb Haney, and he absolutely floundered and lost the game for them. And so, and that's how the Packers went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And they won that Super Bowl, so.
Against the Steelers, right?
Against the Steelers. So
here's your fun fact about Jarrett Stidham. He is the second ever quarterback to make his first start of the season in a conference championship game.
That is crazy.
What was the first time?
So the first quarterback to ever do that and make his first start in the conference championship game was Roger Staubach back in 1972 in the NFC Championship game. He played for the Cowboys against Washington and lost 26-3.
Yeah.
So history's not good.
History does not bode well for this sort of thing. Backup quarterbacks in general tend to not win games unless your name is Malik Willis.
You're talking about backup quarterbacks. The last recorded pass attempt for Jarrett Stidham in a regular season game came in Week 18 of the 2023 regular season.
Literally, 2 years ago.
2 years. It's been over 2 years since he's thrown a pass.
Yeah, but he's thrown the ball on the sideline to his kids, so it's okay, right? Like, he's all warmed up.
Yeah, that counts.
Basically, right? in a Sean Payton offense, that is warming up. So
basically, all you need to do is throw that check down. All right, our defense is going to get all the scores, so it's going to be okay.
I want to talk about and after this show. So right now, I want to talk about the firing of Sean McDermott, and more puzzling is what the Bills did with the GM Brandon Beane. They didn't fire him.
They promoted him.
They promoted the guy who put the roster together that was one of the worst run defenses in the league and had no notable wide receivers on the team. They're like, you did a good job. You're now president of football operations. Why?
That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know you could be promoted more from GM, you know?
Did the Bills fire the wrong person?
Sounds like somebody hit the wrong button.
over Sean McDermott? It's just a weird move to promote their GM and then fire their head coach. I feel like they would just at least keep the GM.
They go together. They go together because the head coach usually works hand in hand with the GM. Be like, hey, this is the type of team I want to assemble with these types of players that do X, Y, and Z. Go get those players.
All right, with all of these changings and firings, and we don't even know who their head coach is going to be in the future, they ended this season 12-5. Do you think they do better or worse next season than they did this season?
It really depends on who they hire for their head coach. It really does.
Head coach is so important. I mean, look at the Jaguars the Patriots, the Bears.
I was about to say, the head coach is everything.
Even the Seahawks.
They were sub 500 last year, and they all made the divisional round.
And
well, I guess not the Jaguars, but they all made the playoffs.
They should have, though. They should have.
They showed up.
But
you know, they
a
went
12-5 record
is
so
to 12
good,
and 14
though.
wins.
At 12-5, you're not just getting a playoff spot. You're usually competing for your division. Potentially,
that would have won. That would have won the NFC South.
You potentially could be fighting for the number 1 seed with an extra win or two. So it is really hard to match that. So I don't know too many people that could step into this role and suddenly do better than what they just did. So my hot take right now is the Bills are not going to do as well next year and potentially may even miss the playoffs.
It's hard to pick against Josh Allen though, because
it is really hard because he usually tends to make things happen.
Josh Allen's a really talented quarterback.
If he hold on to the ball, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league.
But we're here to make spicy takes and predict the future, because then we can go back later and clip it and show how smart we are.
Can the Ravens take Sean McDermott for their head coach, please?
Speaking into existence right now, my hot take is that the Ravens are going to take Sean McDermott and they're going to win the AFC North next year. And then we'll clip it.
I hope that's
and then when it happens next year.
Did you say Sean McDermott? Who's that?
Yeah, who's Sean McDermott?
I don't know. I'm making up names.
Sean McDermott. No, seriously though. So I really think Steve Bisciotti and Eric DeCosta, the owner and the general manager of the Ravens, respectively, they could do Sean McDermott very well. I think he would be able to bring Lamar Jackson, if he's still on the Ravens, bring Lamar Jackson to a new level of talent that we haven't seen before.
Okay.
Really spice up the offensive line. Really get the defense together, and I think the Ravens would be a good team. But that just depends. If the Ravens hire
all
Sean
they need
McDermott,
is a good offense and a good defense.
Yes, exactly.
And also a good special teams, because the special teams is what kept the Packers from literally being the number 1 seed. I'm just throwing it out there. They could have easily been 14-3, 15-2 this year. If only we had a kicker and good special teams. If only.
Right?
If only. Well, you know what they say. If my aunt had nuts or whatever, the Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
If my aunt had nuts, it would be my uncle. That's a wild statement.
It's not a statement I would use.
Former Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin. Anyway,
next game.
Seahawks 49ers?
This one was over before it started. No, I get you.
Really, no. The Seahawks only need to score the opening kickoff touchdown, and that
was
won
enough
the game.
To win. Yeah. They kept piling it on because they could. But if anything, it makes Seattle look dangerous. It makes me think if the Packers were the ones that had to go to Seattle and play, and Seattle came out like this, maybe the Packers would have put up like 13 or 20, but no, they'd get blown out all the same, because the 49ers have a pretty decent defense, but the Packers, with as many people as they've lost, just don't. And even still,
49ers lost injured to hell.
Yeah, the 49ers lost even more players. They already didn't have George Kittle.
Squad guys.
And then their backup tight end, the guy who was actually making all the catches throughout the game, he got hurt too, so I don't even know who they ended up throwing it to. Right?
No one, apparently.
At least CMC stayed. That was their top receiver, and he got hurt, unfortunately.
At least CMC stayed healthy all year, which he hasn't done in years.
Right? They did the ritual of sacrificing all their other players so that CMC could stay healthy.
Hey, it didn't quite work all the way this year, but hey, you made it for a year, Christian. Let's go!
Yay! Here's to next year, buddy, because he's meeting up with everyone else in Cancun right now.
Oh, so this game. Really nothing to say. The Seahawks just were dominant. I mean,
Sam
Darnold was the definition of a game manager.
I mean, Sam Darnold didn't even have to do much. I think a lot of it was
12 of 17, 124 yards, 1 touchdown for Darnold. Yeah, he just managed the game. It's like,
only
okay,
2 sacks and no interceptions. Yeah,
let me just not fumble the ball, and we're good.
I know Charbonnet was Well, Charbonnet was one of the rushers out there, but he got hurt early on. So Kenneth
tore his
Walker,
ACL.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker took basically every single snap and did phenomenally. 3 touchdowns, 116 yards. It's crazy.
K9 is now the main back there because Charbonnet tore his ACL.
And that's the thing.
That's the only downside for Seattle.
They had 2 great backs, though, so either one would do great. It's kind of like what Detroit has with Montgomery and Gibbs, where both of them are great backs. So even if one of them gets hurt, you still have a really good, reliable back in the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you guys wanted to say about this, but Seattle just looks scary. I see that they're probably going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, both teams were playing back up to the fourth quarter. That's how you knew this game was over. You know,
very true. So,
yep.
What else do we have? Then we got the following.
This Texans game, man.
Slop.
Oh,
slop
because of the rain and snow. Only because of the rain and the snow. No one could hold on to the ball.
Nope.
No one could. CJ Stroud's stats. Ready for this? 20 for 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, and 3 sacks.
4 interceptions in the first half.
At least they cleaned it up in the second half, right? Haha.
It was so tough to watch.
I called that it would be a defensive slog, and you know what? It was a defensive slog.
I don't know. Watching that game, it didn't feel like a defensive slog. It felt like no one knew how to offense. I think that was more correct.
As soon as the snow started coming down, it's like people.
No one could hold on to the ball.
An inch of snow on the ground. Like, good lord.
DJ kept throwing interceptions. Drake May kept dropping the ball. He had 4 fumbles.
Yeah, Drake May had 4 fumbles. He lost 2 of them. Recovered 2 of them. Yeah, and between the 2 quarterbacks, there was 8 total sacks. So I mean, it really was like if fantasy was still going on and you had these 2 defenses, you got so many points.
8 combined turnovers between the 2 teams. 8 of them.
Crazy. So
and a fun fact about this whole weekend, among all quarterbacks, 12 interceptions and 11 fumbles lost this weekend.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was just bad quarterback play all weekend. Very
bad football. Holy crap.
Let me see if I can get up one of the tweets that I was thinking of from earlier, where it was literally it was something like CJ Stroud's interceptions.
CJ Stroud is the first player to have 5 interceptions and 5+ fumbles in a single postseason.
Mm-hmm.
He did that in 2 games.
Okay, no, I found the one I was looking at. It was this was pretty good because it's like 5 interceptions in 2 playoff games. Oh, you're so sweet. 5 interceptions in 2 playoff games. Hello, human resources, and it's Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud. And the only reason it's like that is because at least Caleb Williams had some impressive fun throws. But like CJ Stroud did not have impressive fun throws. He was like
it was awful to watch the Texans. Especially
just wasn't fun, and they weren't in that game at all. It was not close the whole way through.
In the second quarter, we pointed it out. One of the leading rusher in the second quarter for the Texans had 3 yards.
Yeah, 3 yards, and then he doubled tripled it in 2 plays.
On 9 attempts, he had 3 yards. It was bad. So very bad.
Awful.
Also, this just in from the past couple hours, which it's not the biggest news, but it is news. The Packers are releasing Trayvon Diggs. They had him for all of 2 games.
I mean, who would have thought?
I know. He was so happy to be there. He's like, my pal Micah Parsons. And then they're like, no, we don't need you anymore.
He played 1 game in the playoff game, which was a screen pass, which he read horribly and ran back 15 yards and then had to scramble back up to make the tackle.
Yeah, it is.
That was his 1 play.
I think a lot of it also has to do with just like cap space. They can't afford to pay him and Micah Parsons and everybody else, and that's probably why they think they're getting rid of.
He was always going to be a rental.
Yeah,
he was always going to be a rental. He wasn't staying around unless he signs for a vet minimum or something. He's not coming back.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't see it. It is what it is, though. I mean, Packers just need some good corners. Maybe they'll get somebody out of the draft because they had the opportunity to get Cooper DeJean, and then they did not get Cooper DeJean. Would have been great if we had Cooper DeJean, though.
Getting back to the Patriots, I will give this Drake May 3 touchdowns. You know.
Yep.
they actually had a run game. Oh, there was that one catch by Booty for the touchdown. That was amazing.
Wide open.
Yeah, one-handed and just wraps it in as he's falling in the end zone. Of that.
That was incredible. It was an unneeded touchdown as well. They didn't need that. It was already late in the game. They were already up, and they were like, "Screw it, nail in the coffin." Woo!
Well, they were only up 5 at that point, so getting the touchdown was insurance.
It was like it was insurance.
And it was at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So.
But we know the Texans couldn't score anyway.
Nope.
Apparently not. But, still good. Does this make the Patriots the favorites in the AFC Championship game?
Yes, by a large margin.
Unfortunately,
by a huge margin. Even if they're going to Mile High, even though Broncos have home stadium, they're playing with a backup that has not seen the intensity of an NFL field in 2 years. And when I say intensity of an NFL field, when he played 2 years ago, I don't anticipate he was playing a very meaningful game. It's kind of like what?
Probably not.
Toon in Week 18 playing against the Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings have a tough defense, but neither team was really there to care about winning. They were just there. This is the AFC Championship with the right to go to the Super Bowl. You know everybody is all gas, no brakes. This is the most intense stage, minus the Super Bowl, that you are ever going to play in.
I was I'm gonna share this graphic here, and I want you guys to look at the men on the screen. One of these things is not like the other.
I know Sam Darnold, right? You show that to anyone 2 years ago, right?
That was my quarterback.
Could have been a Panther, but no.
How old is Stidham? Because I gotta think that Stafford's the oldest one there by a mile.
Oh, absolutely.
It probably goes like Stafford, Darnold, and then Stidham May. Because this is only Drake May's second year, and he's going
29.
29 is 29.
Okay, well, how old is Sam Darnold? He's in his mid to late 20s, right? He's not that old though. So maybe Stidham's older than Darnold.
28.
Oh,
Sam Darnold's
28. Go. Yeah, so it's like literally like 30 some odd, and then 29, 28, and then like 23.
Sam Darnold's as old as me. Huh?
I know, and he's accomplished far more than you have. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. By the way, Drake May, born in 2002.
Yep.
Oh no,
literally
I'm older than him.
Turning 24 this year.
Any rookie that comes into the league, you will be older than.
Yep, that's true.
No.
That is a crazy.
How do you think Aaron and I feel? We are older than most of the players in the NFL.
I am older than 3 out of the 4 men in this picture.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is the only senior above me, and pretty soon he'll be out of the league, and I'm just going to be an old guy watching a bunch of young dudes play football.
I'm older than 3 of the 4 people in this picture.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Welcome to Growing Old, Noah. Join us.
I love it.
Join us.
Oh, don't worry. It won't be long. All
right, let's get into the final game, the Sunday night game. This one was, although it was kind of a slog as well, it was at least an entertaining slog, right? The Los Angeles Rams head into Chicago. It's freezing cold. You see some snow coming down, and they're just trying everything they can to score any points because they just seem so hard to come by. Even though it's a 20-17 game, it felt like it was like 7-3 the whole way through because it was defensive stop versus defensive stop versus defensive stop.
No points in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took a while after they were tied 10-10 for them to like think about scoring points.
Mm-hmm. And like
it took like halfway through the fourth to get points in the second half.
Mm-hmm. No, and like that was the Rams finally going on a good run there after an interception, I believe, and then the Bears doing whatever they can, pulling out literal voodoo magic to be able to score.
That touchdown so dumb.
That's so dumb. It's like the
1% chance that ever works. It hits.
It is the Kansas City Chiefs voodoo magic that we see year after year finally transferred onto a different team. And it's like, you got to think The Los Angeles Rams have to know better than that. Cover your guy the whole way through, or if you see the ball go into the air, start playing the ball and get yourself into position. There's no excuse for just getting off of your man and thinking, okay, play's over. He's all the way back at the 40 now.
To start from the snap, the line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Fourth and goal.
It takes it. The fourth and goal. This is do or die. So Caleb gets the ball. Pressured immediately. So what does he do? The Cardinal center football, he runs straight back.
Well, he's being pressured by all sides. He can't roll out either way. So it's that's what he had to do.
So he runs straight back 26 yards to the 40-yard line, and then he throws up a prayer to the corner of the end zone. Yeah, he's got a guy over there on a one-on-one coverage. The Rams DB horribly misreads the ball, takes a couple steps forward thinking, oh, it's underthrown. I'm just going to knock it down, pick it off. No, it is a perfect pass to Cole Kmet, who secures it and gets that game-winning touchdown. And the Bears had that opportunity to win.
Go for two and win, and they just didn't, which I think they probably should
because
have. I'm not a Bears fan here, but that's the play I would do. Be aggressive,
Ben Johnson said in his post-game interview that he thought about going for two, but he decided he liked his team's chances better in overtime, which is kind of true. They had an opportunity to go and win the game in overtime. So,
can I just say one thing about the stupid play though? As stupid as it was, especially as someone who was there to hate watch the Bears, I have to give credit to Caleb Williams for seeing the play through. How many times, even on fourth down, game on the line and everything, does a quarterback see all the pressure coming at him and just give up? They fall to the ground or they throw it away or something, and they just don't even make a play for it. At least he gave himself a shot running backwards and yucked it into the air towards the end zone to even give his guy a shot at catching it. And he ended up wide open because the DB misread it, but no other quarterback is at least taking that shot. It is a 1%, but 1% is still more than 0%. So I have to give him credit for at least taking the shot and the athleticism to evade the defense long enough to throw up a ball and get it to the end zone and finally get caught, right? So it's not every quarterback is going to be doing that. I've seen Jordan Love even get into scenarios where it's fourth and down, and it's a really important down. This is basically the game, and he's getting pressured, and instead of at least throwing something up to give his guys a chance in one-on-one, he just goes down. He gets hit, he doesn't let go of the ball, and he just goes down. And it hurts, right? How many times do we see at the end of any game where it's they need a Hail Mary, it's do or die, and they get tackled before they can even get the throw off? It happens too many times. And it's there's no pressure coming at you. They're rushing three guys, and you're still taking the sack, Throw up something. So that was my throw up something
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, something like that.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. You are right. So I'll give him credit there. You know what else I'll give him credit for? Throwing an interception when all they needed to do was run the ball a couple times.
They had 3 fourth down failures, and they were all short yardage games. So it was 4th and 2 on the first one. Caleb Williams threw an interception. On a late in the game, and on a 4th and 1, they ran the ball but got no gain. And then a 4th and goal from the 2-yard line ended in an incomplete pass.
That was well covered. The defense got that really well. The Packers would have given that up. I'm just letting you know. Right over the middle there.
Yeah, these failures on 4th down is probably another reason why 4th and short, mind you, is why Ben Johnson said, "Okay, let's just go to overtime." Right? Maybe that those plays were in his head. It's we can't get that going, so it's okay, let me just kick it. Let's get into overtime and go from there.
Yeah, and then the big one was on in overtime, where they get the ball back. They only need a field goal to win. They're already past the 50-yard line, so they're just out of field goal range.
Yeah, they need 15 more yards.
It's second down, and you can run the ball. You've been running the ball great. You have a couple great people in your backfield, right? Let me check out these Bear stats, right? They're averaging 4 to 8, yards a rush. Monungai wasn't really getting it going, but Swift had himself a day, 76 yards, an average of 4. Run the ball a couple times. Good. And either set up for a long field goal, or it's enough to get that you're right on the edge of field goal range. Take a long field goal or go for it. Yeah,
your 48-yard line at the Rams' 48-yard line.
And it's like I'm not going to 100%. I'm not going to 100% blame Caleb Williams for this because you do see DJ Moore like
he slowed down.
He was jogging. He was not. He's tired. It's cold. It's been a long game. I get it. But you're in that moment.
It's the playoffs.
You have to give it your all. Exactly. So I get why he did it, but he shouldn't have done it. You have to be better. If you want to go to the Super Bowl, you have to be better. And then maybe Caleb Williams needs to identify that and not throw that ball. But it ended up in an interception. Rams took it down the other way, kicked the game-winning field goal, won the game. So, hey, let's go Rams!
Hey, Rams.
Oh boy, Rams Seahawks. Man, if we get another Rams Seahawks like we got on Thursday night a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that was quite the game. That was legendary.
This game I think is more anticipated just because we have two healthy starting quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
Because what, a couple years ago, you guys remember the NFC Championship game? I think it was Niners Eagles, and every Niners quarterback got hurt, and so the game was just so anticlimactic in the second half.
Literally, even Brock Purdy was hurt. Like everybody.
He was hurt. Then like Josh Johnson had to come in. He got hurt. Right, and so eventually Purdy had to come back in, but he couldn't throw the ball because his elbow was injured. So he couldn't grip the ball to throw it. So the Niners just had to run it on every play. And so the Eagles were like, okay, we could just play run defense. And it was just like, it was painful to watch, you know, because it just, there was no drama. There was no
excitement.
Actually
get a good game.
Yeah. And so, I believe Jared Stidham could throw, a bunch of screen passes. This is what Sean Payton's offense basically is, throw a short screen pass, have your receiver, your running back do all the heavy lifting. But Stafford Donald, especially after Thursday night a couple weeks ago, this is interesting. This is intense. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, me too. I do want to say one more thing about the Bears game and the Bears in general. So as a Packers fan, it brings me great pleasure to congratulate Caleb Williams on proving to everyone that he's the future as he completed 51% of his passes during the playoffs over the course of 2 games and threw more interceptions than touchdowns at 5-4. I'm just saying, even though that maybe Jordan Love lost, he threw 4 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, and Caleb Williams also threw 4 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. So I don't know, man.
A couple of those interceptions should have been knocked down because they were fourth down. And that's the thing.
As we watch both games, whoever I'm with is always saying, "Why did you catch that interception? You should have just knocked the ball down. That way, you get better field position." Yeah, because
it's fourth down and they knocked it down, better field position.
Can I just say, number one, every single time that they caught the ball instead of knocking it down, they took that drive to a touchdown. Every single time. So the field position didn't even matter. Number 2, the reason they go for interceptions is for exactly this reason. You get the stats, you get in his head, and you win the mental game. Football is half of a mental game. That's why they run schemes. That's why they run, what's the thing I'm trying to say? Like on fakes, on defense, you run disguises. And it's all a mental game. If everyone just lined up and showed exactly what they were going to do, we're going to run the ball and you're going to try to stop the run, then the game gets really boring really fast. You have to play this mental game. And by picking him off, he now gets these stats in his head. He's like, why am I throwing so many picks? I need to stop throwing so many picks. And then he ends up throwing even more picks. These are human beings. They do suffer from these things. This is not Madden. This is not a video game, right? You can play that mental aspect, and this is exactly how you do it. And I think that contributed to the Rams winning the game. Not only because he did throw so many picks in this game, but because he also threw so many picks the week before as well. And this is going to hang over him until next season. So I thought that was really funny. So wins are a team stat, so I get it. Jordan Love only has 1 win in the playoffs, and now Caleb Williams also has 1 win in the playoffs. They had great teams around them at the time to get those wins and came up short with their teams when it came to those losses. But I'm just saying, I would rather have Jordan Love as my quarterback all 7 days of the week rather than Caleb Williams. Great to watch.
Twice on Sunday.
Very fun. Yeah, twice on Sunday. Yeah. Very fun quarterback to watch, but I'm very glad that my quarterback is Jordan Love. Just wanted to throw that out there.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Anything else anyone wants to say about the Rams and Bears?
Nope.
Let's do some power rankings, huh?
All right, power rankings it is. We do have the power rankings up, so let's take a look at what we got. This is what we had last week. Let's remove the teams that lost. Goodbye Chicago, goodbye Bills, goodbye San Francisco, and we actually had Houston at number 2. We might have to rethink that pick now.
Unfortunately, because they're not on there, they lost.
I mean, it felt okay to pick Houston because you thought, oh, the defense very good, but no one considered C.J. Stroud's going to throw 4 interceptions, they were still in the game for a long time because the Patriots only scored 7 points off those 4 interceptions, which is, you know,
their offense really did not show up at all. Like, it was tough because of the
considering
weather,
how many
but,
interceptions they had.
They didn't show up. All right, but we only have
Crazy.
4 teams, so I think we can confidently say 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of doing tiers or anything. So I already have something in my head. I want to hear what you guys think, and we'll kind of debate.
I had the Broncos are 4th.
Yeah, no, I also had Broncos 4th.
Without the starting quarterback of these 4 teams
On my screen, this is how I have them. These are my 4, but you guys can't see it, but
I'll say no, we have no idea.
yeah, we have no idea. Yeah, I agree with the Broncos at 4. Honestly,
I think they can still win. Against
it's not impossible
against the Patriots.
It's just improbable.
But without the starting quarterback,
like, listen, they might be number 4.
The most important player on the team.
They are number 4 of these 4 teams, but they would still be ahead of like 16 of the eliminated teams. You know?
Yeah.
Like
not the Packers or Panthers. That's obvious. But everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's what? There's 32 total teams. 28 of them are eliminated. They're still better than like 16 of them. I think they would be. The Cardinals.
I feel like they could beat the Cardinals, the Raiders, the
Browns.
Jets.
They could beat the Jets. Yeah.
You know, with Jarrett Stidham. I was about to say the Giants, but they barely didn't beat them with Bo Nix. So
right. Yeah. True. No. In Mile High.
It took 33 points in the 4th quarter.
I think it was 32, but it was a lot. No, you're absolutely right. It was a lot.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. Noah, who do you have in 3?
Noah, give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hear what you got.
Okay. So obviously Broncos at 4. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3. I honestly have Rams, Patriots, Seahawks in that order. Shut up.
Ooh, you have
Rams, Patriots, Seahawks.
Rams, Patriots,
Seahawks at 3.
That's interesting.
You have the Seahawks at 3.
See, I'll just say what I had. I had them flipped, where I had Seahawks number 1, then Patriots, then Rams, then Broncos.
I agree with Aaron. That is my list.
Okay, so me and Tom are on the same page. I love
the ambition. Why are the Seahawks at 3?
Why did you put Rams at 1 because of your fantasy? Do you just have that much love for Matthew Stafford?
I mean, that's 95% part of it, but I think I'm not saying that that's my pick for that game.
Mm-hmm.
I just there could be a chance that Sam Darnold just buckles.
That is true. Sam Darnold has been known to do that, right? Like he has thrown 4 interceptions in one game as well, and I think that was against the Rams.
Is injured, so yeah.
Yeah. What was that? An oblique injury that Sam Darnold has?
Yes.
It's like
I mean, he's still playing.
It feels out of left field, Noah's list, but I see where it could be argued, right? Like,
yes,
the Rams for the longest time were the number 1 team in the league until the last 3 weeks where they lost to the Panthers and then they lost to Seattle on that Thursday night game. So it's like
lost to the Falcons,
and then lost to the Falcons. So before that they were considered the Super Bowl favorites. And they thought they were going to be the number 1 seed and that everything was going through LA. And it wasn't until the final 3 weeks that everything shook up. And they still held their ground, you know?
And the 2 playoff games they have gone to, both on the road, they've only won by 3 points both times.
Yeah. But
they barely beat the Panthers. Yeah, they barely beat the Panthers by 3, and they barely beat the Bears in overtime by 3, you know?
But they won.
Meanwhile, the Seahawks won 41-6.
Yeah, they did. The Seahawks looked dominant. That's why I put them in
41-6.
But stick by your guns, Noah. You'd be like, I like the Rams because Puka Nacua is fun to say.
No.
Just don't ask. Just don't ask who his favorite streamer is.
I
don't do that.
I didn't plan on it. No, I feel like there's still, like I said, there's still a chance for Sam Darnold to buckle. There's still a chance for the Seahawks to just flat out like.
So
mess
you
this
don't
up
trust
and
Sam
not make
Darnold,
it.
is what you're saying?
No,
and one of their running backs is injured.
If we were actually doing our picks, I would probably pick the Seahawks over the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll get our picks.
I want to root for the Rams for this one, just to have a different team in the playoffs. I think the Rams haven't. The Rams haven't been in the Super Bowl. The Rams haven't been to the Super Bowl.
Actually,
the Seahawks haven't been in the Super Bowl since the Rams.
Yeah, the of these 4 teams, the one that was at the Super Bowl most recently was the Rams, because they beat the Bengals. Yeah, they beat the Bengals 5-ish years ago. In between time, when we finally didn't have the Kansas City Chiefs or Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, it was Rams-Bengals. That was like the one weird off year, which we were all so thankful for, because if it wasn't...
The 21-22 season. Mm-hmm. It was the Rams of the Bengals, 23-20.
Okay, Super 4 years ago.
56. I had to count Roman numerals. It's hard sometimes.
But I still am happy with any of these teams going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
truthfully.
no, me too. Yeah.
Better than the Chiefs. Better than the Eagles.
So glad they're both out.
No Chiefs, no Eagles, no Niners. That has been the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't have even minded the Niners because they go to the Super Bowl, but they haven't won. They always lose. They're
I'm tired of seeing a red team. I'm tired of seeing a red team in the Super Bowl. You know.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
There's no red team left. The closest is orange. You know.
Yep.
There's a little bit of red on the Patriots' head. You know, they have the red accents.
That's fine. They can have accents, just not the main color.
So that's our 1, 2, 3, 4, at least for 2 out of 3. But I like Noah's spunk. We all kind of agreed that the Patriots are too. That's interesting. Does that mean by these rankings, at least assumably, we're just going to assume that it's going to be a Seattle Patriots Super Bowl and that Seattle wins?
Oh, another Super Bowl rematch.
Okay, here's the thing. I know it's a Super Bowl rematch if that's the way.
I mean,
it goes.
if the Patriots make it, it's a Super Bowl rematch no matter what.
Yeah, true. But here's the thing. At least it's different players on those teams. It's not Tom Brady.
True.
It's not Russell Wilson, right? This is not the same Patriots team. It's not the same Broncos team. It's not Peyton Manning. It is the same Rams team from a few years ago, basically, adding Puka Nacua and whatnot. But it's still mostly different, and at least they've only gone once in the past 10, 15 years. So showing up a second time isn't that big of a deal. And this is a brand new Seahawks team. New coach, new quarterback, new running back, new wideouts, new defense. I think Seattle would be really cool as a Super Bowl team. But let's get into picks. Let's take a look at the 2 games coming up this Sunday. The first
3 games left. 3 games
total
left
games left. What are we going to do, guys?
Incredible.
We're going to have to quit the podcast once it's all said and done. But
yeah, okay.
First conference championship, we have the Patriots going to Mile High to play the Broncos. Fellas, what are we thinking?
Broncos are 8-1 at home. That's very good.
That is really
good. What's better is the Patriots are undefeated on the road. They are a perfect 8-0 on the road.
Ooh. The Denver Broncos are also 8-1 at home when Bo Nix is starting.
True. It really comes out. Can Jarrett Stidham throw good screen passes? That is the question.
Okay, here's the bigger question. If Bo Nix was starting, who do you think would win?
I'd have Broncos.
That to me is.
I would have Broncos.
Yeah. I think I would have Broncos as well.
Yeah, I would lean Broncos too. Yeah, if Bo Nix was starting, I would lean Broncos as well.
It'd be ugly.
It would be. Yes.
The horse girls are just too strong, you know.
Yeah.
But
Patriots won because they had a lot of they got a lot of turnovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the last game. I don't think the weather is going to be super rainy and super wet in Denver. Let me actually check the forecast. Denver forecast.
While I was doing that, I'll just say I honestly
Sunny
don't
36.
trust-
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it'll be
perfect football weather.
sunny and cold on Sunday in Denver.
Yeah.
So
Perfect football weather. I don't think the Broncos have this in the bed just because Bo Nix doesn't
oh
start.
yeah, no, it's definitely
I'm
more of a
thinking the
toss-up now.
Patriots. Yeah.
It's much more of a toss-up.
I'm leaning more
but
towards the Patriots.
I think the
now.
Patriots are going to be favored by like a good margin.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I think it would be foolish not to choose the Patriots. It would be, again, cool to see either of these teams go. I know people are tired of seeing the Patriots. It's a brand new Patriots team, brand new players. Drake May can start something great, or even being able to see the Broncos with a makeshift thrown together team and a hurt quarterback can go to the Super Bowl too. Either one of these would be great stories. But if I had to put money on it, which I'm not because I don't condone gambling, you shouldn't. It's a virus for your brain. I would choose the New England Patriots to win this game.
It really is a virus for your brain. I agree with that.
Literally.
Horse girls.
You're gonna take the
They
Broncos?
ride.
You're gonna get the Broncos still?
I will ride with the what is it? Umamase.
Uma
Horse girls.
Musume.
Uma Musume. That is
Let's
it. That's
go,
how you
Uma
say it.
Musume.
Yeah. I will ride with the Broncos. I've got a feeling that it's mostly screen passes and
if Stidham can throw a screen pass,
Stidham has been there with the Broncos for a couple of years, so he knows the offense with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's only been there for this year and it's like, okay, my first game. I guess I kind of know what I'm doing. He knows the offense, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm picking Broncos. That's my vibe pick of the week.
I like it. I like the daring pick. See, I just think Patriots because
go.
even if it was Bo Nix, like it would be a lot closer and the Broncos would probably win. But it would be a really defensive battle because both of these have great defenses. The Patriots might have inflated their defensive numbers because of who they've played throughout the whole season, but that doesn't stop them from having a good defense. Like their defense has showed up and stopped those bad teams because that's what a good defense should do. And so this is still going to be probably a lower scoring game. But yeah, I think the Patriots just do better against stopping screen passes and run plays, which is what Denver's probably going to have to rely on. And I think they know that. I think they absolutely know that going into this, so they can game plan for it.
Yeah. Noah, who did you pick?
I picked the Patriots.
All
right, so we're 2-1 Patriots. It's a good pick, though. It's a good pick. Then we've got the Sunday night game where the LA Rams head to Seattle and take on the Seahawks. Number 5 seed to the number 1 seed.
Seattle's 6-2 at home.
What's the weather looking like there, Tom? Give me a weather update, weather boy.
Okay, Seattle forecast. According to Google, Sunday it'll be partly sunny and 44 is the high.
That's good football weather. It's actually going to be warmer in Seattle
weather.
than it is in Denver. That's crazy.
Makes sense, honestly. I mean, Denver's right in the middle of the Rockies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's up high too. Yeah,
it's the mile high city versus Seattle, which is basically at sea level.
Yeah, but it's like at the ocean. All that like wind comes in from the ocean. It gets real cold. That's why it's always rainy there.
Excuse me. Seattle's 148 feet above sea level.
Ooh.
Compared to 5,200.
True. Anyway, we've got, if I were to like match these up, the Seattle Seahawks have an above average offense and an elite defense. And then the Rams have an above average offense and above average defense. Or maybe an average defense. So
I would say that.
A reminder of the first two games. The first game between these two teams. The first game in Los Angeles was a 21-19 Rams victory.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game in Seattle, which is that Thursday night game, was a 38-37 game.
Which only happened because of 2-point conversions going funny ways. Like, it was literally a game of inches both times.
These two teams have played twice and have a point differential of 1.
Which is insane.
It'll be a close.
Which is why I flipped the coin.
This is expected to be a closer game than the other one, at least. That's why this one's the night game, because I think it's actually going to be like a very intense matchup. And the thing is, it could go either way. So I think Noah's saying that the Rams being number 1 over Seattle being number 3, is very telling because it could end up that way. We don't know. This is not one of those where it's like, oh, the easy pick, you choose the number 1 seed, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Even in Seattle, the Rams gave them a run for their money, and they know how to play this team because they've already played them twice.
Yep.
Makes it really, really tough. But with that being said, I like what I've seen from Seattle more, at least when it comes to defense. Maybe not when it comes to offense, but when it comes to defense, I think the Seattle Seahawks are able to make better stops against the Rams than the Rams will be able to make against Seattle. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Noah, go ahead.
I like my vibe pick, though.
Your vibe pick is the Rams?
Yeah. My vibe pick is the Rams. I really think they'll be able to pull it off. Because, like I said, the offense on the Seahawks could buckle. The defense on the Seahawks could also buckle. But I really think this is probably going to be a defensive slog.
It could
and
be.
It's going to lean on the Rams side. I really think that's what's going to end up.
Home field advantage. The first 2 games have been home field advantage. Home field advantage usually gives you plus or minus, plus 3 points. Mm-hmm. And in both games earlier, both home teams needed those plus 3 points to win the game.
Isn't that ironic though? Mm-hmm. Which means that they would not have won if they weren't the home team. So theoretically, both teams should have lost their home games.
Yes. and so I'm gonna go with the home team, because Lumen Field. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. Mm-hmm. The Rams will not be able to hear when they have the ball.
So if you really think about it.
Huh?
What did you say? You said go on 3?
No, go to the 3. What?
I can't hear you, Coach.
If you think about it, though, the way that we all picked, we have 3 different outcomes. I'm assuming it's going to be the Seahawks and the Patriots. Tom's pick would have the Patriots and not the Patriots, the Broncos and the Seahawks.
Broncos and Seahawks.
And then Noah's pick would be the Rams and the Patriots. So if it ends up being the Rams and the Broncos, we're all wrong.
Yay!
Yay!
The only matchup that is not a Super Bowl rematch.
Kind of ironic. So I guess we'll see. We'll see which one of us gets the closest or not the closest to the Super Bowl matchup. Oh, it's going to be some good games, though.
Yeah, very good games. Very good teams.
That being said, the last thing I want to do, unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up, is kind of look at the brackets and how all of them have pretty much crumbled.
Okay, we all went delusional.
Okay, we all went delusional, but I made a second bracket that was like.
I also made a second bracket. So.
I did not.
You're allowed to make 2. Bracket. I don't know if you knew that.
I know. I only made 1 though, because I was like, you know what? It's just a one and done shot for me. I don't mind if I end up messing up my bracket.
Well, can you link me the bracket so I can find it?
I got you. I'll just send you the link to the.
You just put it in this chat.
Yeah.
So that I can have it. There it is. All right, then I can bring it up.
Yeah. It was funny because I had picked totally. I was aligned with both of you almost on the AFC side, but the NFC side I was completely off the rocker. I had gotten all those picks on the AFC side right for the wild card match, but the NFC side I only got the 49ers beating the Eagles. And then after that,
I have Tom's up right
bracket, now. My entire bracket just went real bad. Especially on the NFC side, when the Rams beat the Panthers and the Bears beat the Packers, like my NFC side of the bracket was just toast. It was done.
I have my bracket up right now.
My championship pick, gone.
My original pick was the Bills to win, and that one you can just see where everything fell apart. Where like the Bills ended up losing over here, and I thought the Packers would make it to the AFC or the NFC Championship game. And I thought the Packers would make it to the NFC Championship game and lose to San Francisco again because they always do, but that just didn't happen either. But then I did make a second pick, right? My second bracket is actually still going pretty strong, and technically I've only missed 2 where I had the Buffalo winning over Denver and the Packers winning over the Bears. But otherwise, everything else still lined up. All of the winners are still there, and I still have New England winning the championship and Seattle winning the championship, and then going to Santa Clara where I have the Seattle Seahawks beating the Patriots.
That's also my situation in my second bracket. I have Seattle Patriots in the one I made weeks ago. So
can you send me a screenshot so I can see how it compares? Because right now I've only missed 2 in this one, so I want to see how close
I've missed a couple. So I picked Carolina, I picked Green Bay, and then I said San Francisco over Carolina in the divisional round, which was just wrong. So
okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah. So you had you only missed 3, no 4, because you had the Jaguars as well.
And I had the Jaguars.
But what's great is that this always goes by the winner. So
I'm still in it.
Still got this one right, and that one right, and that one right, and that one right. So
yeah, I'm still in it.
I mean, who could have seen the
Why did you pick
Broncos
42 points total for the entire playoffs?
Me? Because I don't know. I just typed in a number. Okay, I didn't think about it.
He didn't read. His
reading
comprehension failed.
I did think it was just the Super Bowl instead of reading where it says 13 games, total points will be scored in all the playoffs. I was just like, oh well, it'll all be 3-0. It'll be fine.
That's incredible.
Let's see.
One game will be 6-0, so we can get that 42.
I want to see what all these other picks are, because there actually it looks like there's a few people who are even higher and are still in it as well. It's out of the top 10 here, almost everybody who's still in it is Seattle, Rams, 1 pick for New England, 2 picks for New England. One of them was actually Tim, one of the picks for New England. And then Seattle, Rams, right? But because of the fact that the top 5 are 3 different teams, it means anyone is still technically in it, and so that's kind of interesting to see. And here I am tied for 7th. Let's go. We could do it.
I am tied for 30. Yeah, no, and I am tied for 31st.
You're both tied for 31st.
The podcast is 36. Tom and I beat the podcast.
Okay, but the podcast was delusional, if we're going to be real, right? The podcast tied with Carly.
Literally, the podcast just has X's all the way through. We picked it all wrong.
Let me look at this. Oh, yeah, XX. Okay, we got all of them on the AFC side, right, for the first
and then the wild card,
but
that's it.
But we didn't get any divisional right. Therefore, we're not going to get any conference championship right. We're not getting the Super Bowl right.
I mean, come on. We had to know the Packers was a long shot, right? Probably.
Yeah, you should have picked the Panthers, and
should have. We were hopeful. Next year, it's going to be Panthers Packers Super Bowl.
Our PP game.
Our PP game for the NFC Championship. Kind of want to see what some of these people have. Some people literally just have not missed a pick yet, and that's kind of crazy to me.
That's wild to me.
I mean, it's not okay. So it's not super crazy to think, because there haven't been any major upsets for the most part. Most of the favored teams have won. The Patriots were favored over the Texans. The Rams were favored over the Bears. The Seahawks were favored over the Niners. The only one that wasn't really a favorite was the Packers and the Bears, because the Packers had the 1-point favorite. But a lot of people did choose the Bears because the Bears were at home, and they're the 2 seed. And when you're the 2 seed at home, you expect to win the game against the 7 seed. That's just how it goes.
You should win.
You should win, and then they did. So a lot of people did pick the Bears, right? So this is one year that, especially because it looks like the number 1 and the number 2 seeds are the ones going to the Super Bowl, that there's probably going to be quite a few people that get a perfect bracket, and it's pretty rare for it to happen every single year, because there's you love to see a Cinderella story, the 6th seed making it to the championship game, but that's not the case this year, where the lowest seed is number 5, and a number 5 seed is typically better than whoever the number 3 and the number 4 seeds are.
I mean, the 5 seed had 12 wins, and the 4 seed had 8 wins.
That's why you expect the 5 seed to make. The ones who are expected to make it the farthest are the 1 seed, the 2 seed, and the 5 seed. Those are the ones that typically make it to the championship. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's actually, I think this is true. I'd have to look it up. There's more 4 seeds that have won the Super Bowl than 3 seeds.
I believe that, actually.
It's so weird to think. Super Bowl wins by seeds. Yeah, no, this is crazy. This might just be on a maybe this is just a Reddit thing, but yeah, the 4 seed has won the Super Bowl 12% of the time. The 3 seed has only won 4.3% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
the 1 seed
an
wins
interesting stat
53%
line.
of the time. The 2 seed wins 21% of the time. So it's almost better to be the 4 seed than the 3 seed. That's so
Did you
weird.
get that off the Bengals subreddit?
I did get it off the Bengals subreddit, but
from 3 years ago. Yeah.
it's kind of weird
that.
how that's a thing. I mean, to be fair, this is still accounting for when the 2 seed had a bye as well. And there was no 7 seed. But at this point, the 7 seed has still never won the Super Bowl. They've never gotten past the divisional round. But there's always a chance.
They've won 1 game.
And it was the Green Bay Packers!
Yeah.
They almost won 2! But it is really interesting to see that, where it's like you expect the 1 and 2 seeds to be the ones that make it the furthest. But then after that, it's like the 4 and 5 seeds. But even still, like the 5 seed isn't all that much more favored. So, but especially in today's NFL, the 5 seed typically is better than the 3, the 4, and the 6 seed. Definitely the 7 seed as well.
The 7 seed that should not exist, but because money.
Mm-hmm.
We love money.
Money. Yeah.
But you know, the ironic thing is that even though the number 1 seed is typically the favorite to go to the Super Bowl, it's actually kind of rare that it's been 1 seed versus 1 seed, right?
It's nice when it's not.
Yeah, no, it's what Super Bowl 11, 12, 16, 18, 19, 24, and then 26, 28, 44, 48, 49, 50, and 52. Those are all of the Super Bowls that were in 1 seed versus 1 seed. But
so what, about a dozen or so?
About a dozen out of what, the 50 some odd. And the 1 seed has such an advantage to go. You think that this would happen more often, but it doesn't.
No.
And it doesn't even look like it's going to happen this year either, where, you know, with the Broncos being the 1 seed and not being favored, it could still happen. But
no starting quarterback really hurts them, you know. And the Rams are not on no pushover, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you never know. But that's I think one of the things that makes football so interesting. So I didn't really have a game this week, but that was kind of what I wanted to do, was look over brackets and seeds and stuff like that and percentages, just as a fun little fun fact. So anything else you guys want to talk about or go over?
We can go over the thing we talked about this weekend about head coaches firing. You know, and with the amount of wins and why they get fired.
Oh yeah, do you still have the stats for that?
I do have the stats for that.
All right, so we actually did look at something kind of interesting, where typically, this is for you too, Noah. Typically, why do you assume that a head coach gets fired? Like, what is the thought process? Baseline reason. What is, just if you didn't even watch football, why do you think a head coach is getting fired?
I would say lack of consistency.
Yep. Not winning enough games.
Not winning enough games, or just being really good and then just falling off a cliff and not doing as good as you used to be. The Ravens. So
definitely either doing worse or not winning enough games. With that being said, we have 2 teams this year that had winning records and even made it to the playoffs that still fired their head coach and or stepped down.
Let him go.
Yeah. Let him go.
Yeah. Stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And even
stepped down.
And even so, Tom, tell me some of these numbers.
10 teams had head coaching vacancies at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke them down into categories based on number of wins. And for the teams that won 4 games or less, we have the Titans, Raiders, Giants, and Cardinals.
And those are the ones you expect to fire their coaches. You had a very underperforming season. You didn't get where you wanted to go. You only won 4 games, and
especially when all those
pace.
Teams have had that head coach on there for multiple years. Like
Pete Carroll hasn't.
Except for Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll was a relic. It was obvious he was outcoached for this year. There was no way he was staying. Brian Daboll, he couldn't right the ship. You know, it was time for him to go. No more
too many chances
in the medical tent. Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon, you know, this was his 3rd year. This was the year he was supposed to put it all together. Instead, he turned out a horrible product.
Losing just about every one-score game they had.
You don't know if Kyler Murray's even going to be on the team anymore. Like, goodbye, Jonathan. We're blowing it all up, right? And then Brian Callahan was way over his head. Like, he had to go, and he should have gone sooner than he was. So it obviously makes sense.
Those are the ones that make sense. Yeah.
It's like, okay, we need something new.
But that's only 4 of the 10. That's less than half.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The next category is teams that had 5 to 8 wins. They were, the better, maybe around
middle
500.
of the road, maybe improving from last year, maybe right in the middle where they just need 1 or 2 pieces to put themselves over that edge into a winning season.
The Ravens are on that list, I think.
Ravens are on that list. The Dolphins are on that list. The Browns are on that list, and the Falcons.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's interesting. With 2 of those teams, they outperformed what they did last year, the Browns and the Falcons, and still fired.
Falcons actually tied. Yeah, Falcons tied. They were 8 and 9 last year as well.
Okay, that's fair.
And then you had the Ravens, who did considerably worse, especially in the last 2 years.
The Ravens did worse. The Dolphins are doing worse.
The Ravens were number 1 in the AFC a couple of years ago. They had the home field advantage in the playoffs, and they just didn't make it this year.
So yeah, interesting.
I mean, injuries to your defense at the beginning of the season, and then Lamar Jackson getting hurt. I mean, injuries suck, right? But
that didn't contribute too well to our team's success. So,
I mean, the Dolphins probably point to Tua, with that.
Yep.
And I think and what's weird about the Dolphins situation is that Mike McDaniel is like, yeah, I'm helping and looking for a new GM. And then Harbaugh got fired, and the Dolphins like, oh, we can get Harbaugh. See you later, Mike. Bye-bye.
Didn't even end up getting Harbaugh.
And then Harbaugh went to the Giants.
Did you see? It was oh gosh, I think it was Walker, the Giants tight end that came out of retirement, who went to play for the Dolphins. I can't remember his name, but he was doing an exit interview with Mike McDonald, being like, "Hey, let's we're going over the season. How do we feel? Where are we going?" And that's when Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, he barged into that meeting and just stood there. It's like, yeah, okay, the meeting's done. Okay, bye, player. And that's when Mike McDaniels got fired.
That's crazy. He's like, I'll let you finish, insane. And then you're finished.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So these are the middle of the road teams that you're like, okay, maybe it makes sense, but also they could have been in an upward trajectory. And it goes both ways. Like, you see 2 teams that were on a downwards trajectory. It makes sense. Maybe they let them go. They weren't producing as well as they were the past couple of years. But then a couple other teams that started to right the ship or were still middle of the road and didn't necessarily do worse.
Yeah.
Falcons won the last 4 games, and they still fired.
And then also the Browns were in the playoffs not that long ago either, because they brought back Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco helped them get in the playoffs.
Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he's going to the Falcons now, right?
Yes, he got hired by the Falcons.
Yeah, he got hired by the Falcons.
The other 4 years he was with the Browns, they were all losing records. So it's either Coach of the Year or we suck and we punt.
Yeah, literally. We punt.
And now then the final category in terms of head coaches getting fired are the teams that had 9+ wins.
Winning
Bills
records.
And Steelers.
Literally winning records.
Bills and Steelers. And they kind of, and we touched on this earlier, it was, okay, we needed something new. Thank you, head coach, for your service.
It's like, we know what we're going to get from you. Congratulations, we made it to the first round of the playoffs and first round exit with the Steelers. Congratulations, we made it to the divisional round and lost again.
It's the Steelers 9-8 Super Bowl, get blown out in the wild card. That has been the MO for the past decade.
Yep.
And so Tomlin stepping down, I don't know if he actually would have been fired. I feel like
I don't think he would have,
because the Steelers, they don't fire coaches.
No,
they don't. That's why he's been there for so long.
And I'm sure Steeler ownership is like, because Tomlin's tied for the most wins for a Steeler head coach. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll just we'll ride it, let it ride for another year. He'll get the record, and then we'll go from there.
And then he stepped down, so he doesn't even get the record.
He does not.
Crazy. Why would he do that?
Yes.
He should play. He should play next year, or coach next year until he gets the win and goes. I'm
week
out.
1.
Week 1.
Yeah. Week 1. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I'm going to TV now. Bye bye. I'm replacing Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, somebody needs to replace him. Dude forgets that he's in the studio sometimes.
Oh yeah, Terry's old.
We love Terry, but he's old.
He's old. It's okay.
Yep. So, and I think the most ironic point about head coaching in the NFL is that when somebody gets fired, they're not gone. They just go to a different team. So, that's what we saw. Harbaugh he went to the Giants. And is Stefanski gone somewhere yet? Did he get picked up?
Falcons
got Stefanski. So
Dolphins got Jeff Hafley. And Titans have hired Robert Saleh. That is
so far.
Those are the 4 head coaching hirings so far.
And then Mike McCarthy, who hasn't even really been head coaching for a few years, also has some interviews set up to go coach for some of these teams.
6 teams still need a head coach. And side note, Mike McDaniels has told the Browns, I'm not interested anymore. So he's not going. He's not going to the Browns. He's not going to the Browns.
Mike McDaniels to the Raiders. You heard it here first.
Spoiler: he's going to the Ravens.
No, don't do it.
He's gonna coach Lamar Jackson.
It'll be really interesting to see how this all plays out.
I'd rather be a Giants fan than a Ravens fan if that happens.
I'm a pseudo Giants fan next year. That's going to be a fun team to watch.
No, with John Harbaugh at the helm, oh my God.
How does John Harbaugh stop Cam Scatterbo from putting his head through concrete, though?
He doesn't. He encourages it.
He probably would encourage it, low key. I think he would.
That's great, son. Save it for Sunday.
Cam, you can keep doing that. Just wear the big old helmet.
We'll put a little bit of extra padding in that, guys.
There you go.
So that's going to be really interesting. So
it's just different reasons for firing head coaches at different times. Either you suck or we need something new because you can't give us anything better.
Yep. It's Super Bowl or bust, don't you know?
That's what it is because we touched on it earlier. The worst thing you can be as an NFL team is average. And if that's what your head coach gives you, you got to move on.
That's why a lot of people kept chanting fire LaFleur because 7 seed 3 years in a row, which I don't even think is fully his fault. I think we really did need a special teams coordinator and a better kicker, which it looks like they're finally going to do that. Did they fire the special teams guy yet? Because I feel like I remember reading that somewhere. Yeah. I swear I read that.
I don't recall seeing that at all, but I could be wrong.
No.
They didn't fire him yet? Dang it.
Nope. Not yet.
Well, he needs to get fired.
Not that I see.
He is the highest paid special teams coordinator, and for being literally a bottom 3 special teams. I'm not even kidding. Literally bottom 3 special teams.
That's crazy.
Fire that guy.
Kicker. Forehead. Just get a new kicker, forehead.
It's not just the kicker, because the kicker missed kicks, but we need to be able to better keep them from blocking our kicks. We need better onside kick protection, and we need actual punt returns. Did you know the Packers ranked dead last in punt return average yardage? Dead last.
I believe it.
They kept putting.
Someone has to.
I know someone has to, but you have such explosive guys that you can't teach people how to block and try to give them time to be able to actually do a return, because 9 out of 10 times they're calling for a fair catch. 9 out of 10 times, and it's that sucks. Anyway, I ranted a little too much.
Okay, I guess we're starting at the 7-yard line every punt.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, the Packers offense is good enough to do it, but we don't have to,
You could start at the 8-yard line.
Did you know you can actually run the ball back after you catch it? Did you know that?
No, that's illegal.
Scotchy didn't.
This turf looks nice. I'm going to kneel on it with a ball in my hand.
Anyway, with the future of this podcast, though, we're at least going to do another episode next week. I don't know if we'll do one the following week after that, unless there's just a lot of news.
Absolutely.
Think so?
We'll do one after the conference championship. We'll do one after the Super Bowl because we got to talk about. The Super Bowl.
There's a gap, right? There's a gap because there's nothing between next week and the week after that.
We could talk about the Pro Bowl.
We can talk about the Pro Bowl, dude. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch the Pro Bowl.
our homework for that will be to watch the very last Pro Bowl where it was officially like an NFL game and just do highlights of that, and then that's the whole podcast.
That would be great.
Know?
We'll play it by ear. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Exactly. And then we'll at least do one post Super Bowl, and then maybe you'll see us pop up in like July or August.
We'll talk. We'll talk about the draft.
Yeah, we'll talk about the draft.
We'll do some pre-draft. We'll do some post-draft. Be like, hey, which team got better? Which team really sucked? Why did the Packers trade even more first-round picks away for nothing?
They don't even have any left.
We will at least be back next season.
Oh, absolutely.
Why did the Ravens draft? Why did the Ravens use a first-round pick on a quarterback? Is Lamar Jackson not good?
Mismanaged team for real. Anyway,
why did the Panthers trade the entire draft to draft a kicker? Who knows?
Why did they trade Bryce Young just as he started getting good?
Yep.
They might. You never know. It's a Panthers thing to do.
And why did we trade him for a 39-year-old defensive end? Who knows?
It's a Panthers.
Why is Philip Rivers back in the draft? What happened?
He misses it. He went back to college just for this.
And with the first overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select Philip Rivers.
Let's go! Let's go! All right, this has been Three Sad Fans. Leave your predictions for conference championships down in the comments, or don't. We're not going to tell you what to do. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching.
Like the video.
Leave a like, thumbs up. Let's go.
Like the video.
Bye.